Alright, Smart Ghana update and I'm It's all about political news. I'm Obibia Akwaba. Ex-free zone boss, we NDC ni Ura Kojo Twum Boafo. Wakasa no say Dr. Bawumia ene Allan and Ura Allan obi a omo threat ma NDC pa. Se omumienu omu ba akokora ba ebe din ama NDC. Na ebiem so osaka se Dr. Bawumia mrebi candidate ba ko NPP mu eka se yentina ho ema obi a ofri nord na se tani ema media so ene ade nsembebre ene waka efa akwan a ombefa so ama 2024 NDC betimi edi nkunim na NDC betimi a fight against NPP ama omuso so abedi so atoa so se de be break the 8 no enyam so me be se ekotie owura Kojo Twum Boafo nsem o kan ye ba me ne na eje sika pa be ma fentemfrem ebedi nkomo.
At this point, it is very, very difficult for anybody to be able to tell what happens in 2 to 3 years' time. It's almost impossible to tell. But clearly, if I was a betting person and I was to take an each-way bet, that each-way bet would be on either Dr. Bawumia or on Allan. Clearly, Dr. Bawumia is the president's choice. You can see, you don't need to be told. He will be the president's choice. As to whether the president overtly indicates his choice will be the difference between him winning and losing the primaries. But there's also a problem in the NPP. Well, it's not a problem. It's how they choose, is the identity politics within the NPP, which is wait your turn, more or less. And then there's also the question of ethnicity. During the 2007 primaries, it is reported that one of the candidates met Asamoah Boateng, who was then supporting Vice President Mahama, and asked him that, I think those who have a good sense of history know who that candidate is that asked Asamoah Boateng that question. It is part of their identity, it's part of their identity politics, an ethno-tribal, ethnographic quotient. That is the reason why they don't call themselves Dankwabuzia Dombo. They call themselves Dankwabuzia. That is what they do. The tribalism and the ethnocentrism within their party will affect Dr. Bawumia whether he likes it or not. The northerners in their party are only good to be at most second. That will affect them. Whatever they do, we in the NDC need to do some scenario planning, because none of those two candidates will be easy. None of them. Both of them will come with enormous resources. They will come with a lot of predetermined advantages that we will not have. So if we sit down and rely on the so-called 8-year cycle, we will wake up on the other side of our pillows with a lot of morning juice coming out of our mouths. With the current electoral commission that we have, who can declare an election 6 times, and upon the 7th time claim that they've now gotten it right, albeit the results have been predetermined. The NDC need to take maybe at the next election we have to employ Azuma Nelson to be our campaign manager, because his motto is he goes into the ring with his own judges. we have to make sure that we have the kind of knockout that is indisputable, that cannot be disputed by an electoral commissioner, or that we don't have to do what we were told to do. If you disagree, go to court. The NDC should never take any electoral dispute to court again, ever. Be that as it may, whatever happens, this government is the most corrupt government that has ever traversed the history or the face of this country. Their corruption, their incompetence, their ambivalence knows absolutely no bounds. They will employ anything and everything to win elections. At the last election, we saw how they bribed electorate with COVID money. They bribed electorates with free utilities. It is not going to be easy. When you are dealing with people who don't have any scruples, it doesn't matter who they bring. Even if they bring Kwaku Nancy, it is going to be a tough struggle to win back power.
All right, Ora Kojo Twum Boafo ex-free zone boss ena wakasa bebre NPP government no mo ye corrupt ni ade wakasa bebre nana
enia akwa abajo so
na asam ni wati edikan no wonti ase ne sen.
Yeah, with the Obrunika, let me hit the right on the head. And they say, and some words are not for public consumption.
Okay.
For instance, me pick through Kojo Twum Boafo now some baby or say, be catch there asabi say, yemfa sebi akunyano nshe ntafo nsem. We are concentric, you would say, case na egusu aye attack on aye tribal confusion is animal. So I say this moment here, this era and this tribal confusion are subject for discussion. Egusu kura obi wa kochiri book a if you book kura wan sabi en kan ye. It is simple. So obi no obi wo agudie bi no mo kan sem bi okukuo mu a na de beto abonten a I think say ABI you are trying to be so the way o kan pempen na o kan se de tie ba nya asem bia ne kan pempen de nti asem bi o kan pempen a yeso obi ka kire wo hene ana obi di obi ohena tam obi di ohena tam na so ohena ante na wa be kwa ka fiu anu ma ba wo ne achi udedua because the asabi reference no no nipa krono no ne asabi di sa yense no yenimu no na menu mienu nyina so ntim freestyle nipa na no wo na wo ka nti mimi hunu sanka wa anka sa asem na anka nensem na o kan ho a na ko betumi akasem no without sa asem particular na o kan no yefa no nto nchen no o ka se Bawumia ne Allan Kojo chemate do mu ba ko omu bia bebia no ebe ye threat to NDC and ebe ye diama NDC say o betumi no matako which makes a lot of sense in a sense that say there is pressure from NDC camp so some of the party faithfuls and also call it President Mahama said on step aside. And as he says, we are NDC with the one person where popular both the party and then nationwide ex-president Mahama. It is said around 4B from the party no case on step aside. So step aside that is where the confusion or the difficulties will come, because in terms of marketing, these two people have marketed themselves well. Bawumia, Allan Chematin, they are all in government and their names are always out and all that. It is all who fall from the camp of NDC. It's going to be very serious and as a hard market for you to do. Until how they can many address all this Twum back creba a problem. But baby na make see baby you say tribal confusion so no say yen nim se Bawumia eba na Jumedia Odi as vice president. In fact, to be honest with you, Onone Tama Ura Mahama vice president. These are two vice presidents. Yamomu free role to play a role as vice president. Oshe Abakwasimo Ghana. Yenini bebribi by Kayaka, Kai Liu Mahama, Kai, some vice president. But these two people, no, they were given the chance to operate. So, enti Omama Ketwom, it is or Kanse Bawumia, Ebe culture panase, any too hard NPP for. I think so but we occur someone so empene intina jomo dankwa buzia omoyi dongo na free ho na omode omaya no dankwa buzia all because more hidden agenda and more tribal confusion yibi wo madwenem so at say which for me and also your idea say am pass it say e be unfortunate and this time will be the time I was the MP before. It to me, it prove will be wrong. So the party's door is open to everybody, regardless of the region or the religion you come from. So I say, yes, the tribe or the religion. Because how you criminal, so you criminal, so you the baby you free baby and you more kwenya. If you are what the majority want. So I say, but Obisubaka say, you were Bawumia. He was picked from somewhere. Na be ni presidential ambitions biya and picked by the president na Dan Kofi by it be ankofo so because okay sad na trend and I say sorry ya salai na ho ne ye kro into wa medisula na wa medila no so na do fam pomam e be gina obi anim prekope na do ba no so another but e do politics ankofo take all these things ya make into consideration the omunima no say asumesi yati di ni bia so na ye penasend on e so ye nko but I think say nke ho no so no ye hwa nka beboa anye bia na edu fa mpum ba oba so no wonya a chance to operate nti say e bia seta no so so okwa anka enhyesan ka ye news but the mere fact say wako free soro ho na amanfo bi so agenda bi say so for the year more that is the perception people are already harboring in their minds so that I say nti sanka yes, there's no problem. Say, Ankobaka could delay so, and I even at talk Ankobaka so. I think I've had enough. So, it a honor might be a confusion in a bit me about.
All right, now can be if Dr. Bawumia, vice president, na ex-president Mahama, so vice president. You compare Mumbi, you said no, Musia vice president is far. Ne said the jail mono pretty as compared to previous regime. Or can president's choice? How do you compare the word president's choice to Allan Martin? Said the NDC 4% as a Tembiano, they see is a president's choice. President's choice. How do you compare the two?
They tell say let us not pretend, and I say let's fix the fact. It could be why any preferences and any choices Oba even NDC Mugrano Moka we na at the time nana omo pray who to lead the party 2001 and I'm for 2099 2001 I'm sure that there were a lot of people there but now Mampeni or by that time His Excellency the late President Rawlings and also you at a mess and sign for me in your currency. So what I say, it will not any choice. It will not buy the same way. And a party be become be aware. See the Adom crew Kochika 2007, 2006, 2007. So now you are on Mampaniko for on no doubt on the choice Allan Martin. That is Kakra near to one thing. It's the choices in there. Whether we like it or not, there will be choices. But how to over Kranoma enquire say what show so much interest because you are a leader to everybody. To die nipa or done now person pushing the court too publicly. Now yama doubts kakra the bay. Abem Nanka there's nothing wrong with somebody, I mean president having his choice. Of course on your choice and Congo fans say my man advice. We need trust to be when you move. And Congo fans so men trainer Dr. Bawumia and Sabin prejudice on yeti bonkoso or by a doctor why so many big platforms so to yeti bonkoso biaka sabe so nya kwa be di president enye yi ti so mampani choice and there's no problem with that but at the end say there be free banner and na confusion nya because they are slipping us away nya people will use it against NPP say see a kind separate we o man no ho buzia dankwa nti we free domo side unya konya when nya there was they should treat it with okay.
Yeah, all right. Smart Ghana update na Moshe about political news and political updates. About Dr. Bawumia, Allan and some na Ora Kojo Boafo Akasa say it will be tough for NDC. Say omumie no both Allan ne Dr. Bawumia choose umba ko a be tough for NDC. Sir Allan, Dr. Bawumia break the 8 ni nsema ekoso nyina. Without Dr. Bawumia ne Allan Chematin. Umbetimi NPP for betimi nya obi a umbetimi a challenge ebia ex-president Mahama because ex-president Mahama yenim no so ati ase NPP betimi nya obi a umbetimi a break 8 na ase de ompese omoye no
right now no say ja omo abro form taka omo MP form say we have the men the omo ho na as to whether who are you bringing to break the 8 no. These two people are the best choices when it comes to if indeed they want to break the 8 there. One, Bawumia advantage in the sense ofri soro ho and ofri so sanso ye sorry to say we Muslim no say free soro ho. It is that aspect number ebe adwuma soro fo no so nim kasa voice shows and vibrant and all that. In the soro fo no ebe yada so manya omo ade afede they can confidently say this is our choice and this is our brother. So no. And Allan Chematin on the other hand has also marketed himself way back.
During Nanakufo.
No, you see a friend Allan, you see a friend Mr. John Allan Kojo Chematin. On this all about active political scene with cash flow and all that. No, benya Allan cash. So it's oko part mudian kabenya kofu bebrebe. But who is marketable at this point if you want to break the 8? And I remember ABA the answer are more bebrebe bebrebe. I don't want to mention names. Bebrebe owa moye presidential material odo mujina nkebe but market wise these two people are the best choices so far.
Ehwe miti o adwenkyere fa NDC side so ye ka MPP side so na ye ka NDC so side ye bi mu person say now ex-president Mahama enye marketable bi mu nti yenyi fi wona ni ba foforo emra almost do they have someone in replace and I said to fight back say umbenya umbefi opposition number 2024
so problem kakra menim say unfortunately for them no ananka so betumi amadwuma na easy kakra no party no ba for about 8 years 4 years coming I say ne sankofo na nanka ye potential aspirant and as flag bearers enyina nyang kakra na say for some time now on shada ntom nka biom ta mamudi na nanka epija no ada the lives of Kosibutwe Spugabra this fair man Joshua Labi Joshua Labi crowd or contested and I'm so pulling out later on and there's our current speaker of parliament Abababi. It's these people no Abababi pena so luckily on so assign back to the name I mean race in Manas and the Dina Saba bia should he resign as speaker of parliament here honestly Dino gradually has been there and it is coming back again. It's almost so for but like I said the money problem can say omono muntamnya wonchuwente ma sa phone na di sa call down yeah you see as I started from the scratch again to market them me kasa in terms of marketing them na nkomudi no ho Spugabra Joshua Labinum no mudi no ho pa but unfortunately because of minimum whatever happened amomudino akoteka kra sankanya saade ananko so wo men
nipa nshede ni mo gidigidi de na Dr. Bawumia yes president Mahama amavo ni mo gidigidi
ko say onya fachira Mahama na Mahama ababe yedini ofachira Bawumia ofachira Lankaji these are the names ankola kra na mo so abato no almost these are the names almost here. Hardly so Okakoti Bize, Jeshalabi, Okakoti Bize, Swigabra. This one more active political grassroots for and the minimum.
My last question, I will be so now, Ora Twum Boafo, Kase, the sitting government corrupt, and we use West Bibrea, of a sort of say, as or more use tactics, I bet Boama sitting government in be free to my NDC. How do you see these corrupt issues and all the scandals they associate with the sitting government, especially from the opposition?
Okasa corruption, the politicians, in terms of corrupt practices. Your direct and indirect corrupt practices are obey. So what I say, Ebuha be able to me a sign contract to be nanka. And you want to say, oh man, de katasha na aba. But kwanya fa so sign no na be katasha. Ni on kofu bi so on mo a omo angasa nso to bom trimpos we die yenkeka mo nye ncheni. Be sin there to say why you me die a onya adwuma bia se de ne yekeken say to me sign krata sampa waye adwuma wa bra obi document bi enche so waye adwuma. So ahun anu say de eyi but ayana mete omo ye corrupt. So far I stand to be corrected anyway. Me hunu say NDC government aba am yet to meet one single person from NPP akotumuda. But anye bia me kai say ya che NDC for be semen kan hamanin kasa more than 10 edi omagum the lives of Victor Solomon Kwame Pepra, many of them ye do makwa kogum pen. Iti basa dia accusation from NDC to MPP no mere allegations and answer no more fact no more etumi si omo to kan yi uzo ko kurasi a kan kusi okodo bo wian wasabba no de tuane bo ntu bo njakura wante na so tachiri MPP fo ntumi esa ad ni bia 90 na omo ntumi nchi omo ntumi no anya saa because 2008 yet TB abano atana ko form ampani ko for na wo so azu omo corrupt Professor Mesa bye ntumi anchi obi antum Yewura Mahama nso aba ontumi anche obi antum eti corrupt na mo kana ya no mo ka to win public sympathy na to win political votes na mo kana sa akeke anye bi MPP for mo tumi justify that they mo kana ampa bi ko mo tumi ache obi na tum ba ye hwe mo nso fam ho no de bia de mo kana
for anche obi antum
amunche obi anfa antum so when I make us stand because e bi mo ache obi a minim dia and that one there but as long as I know no minim say NDC for into obi anfa into more corruption ho because you were Akufuado abamo ya PDS o ma twa sign yet say Japan mo twa sign it is ade na eba na enya amade a untu fa corrupt mo bia ko eba na nka o ka no mo ntin ko wuram na o ba na be chi obi wom dia and refer say corrupt. But we don't who did why are they because that's the work of opposition. So boja na de bia mo man so what I say nti enya man de aman tuntun friend corruption and I wonya man aba no say o man ba na ne otumi so bi sat no kum ekoto afiase ne mra ekodia na fi unso asem na ho ka no you are backing it with some sort of evidence and some sort of legal but ekobaze ye kan sa ho mo ye the most corrupt ya titibi savannah Accusations then there muso mu kodua on dry season were north yen is already grana nso nto ekura hot sen na yasa kodua nua be sin there omo ntumi anchire edua nti nipa ba ekọ court wo ho yen san kofo bi so mo koyen like bi ho atitin sen bebrebe nti wo mo nso mo de no mo maye wonu se de a mo ka no they are not just a mere talk but more evidence e kira am do nipa nko gina court no ye do makogum na no masam na ye de aye sa de a de bia no mbaka corruption na aye na enko anti the make am say yemfa anotohunu enko meka ana yemfa ye fon pan enhyen men yemfa ya no nka say wa ko wo konfo wa bra woni bibia ntia court kra say man is all guilty until proven guilty by the court by the competent court of jurisdiction ti untumi nka say nipa we or corrupt wabra oni nyina so wan de na say it's one person me who say won some kan ye no credit a the next time bia yankopon ya do na say 2024 mutumi ba obi biara o de nsa check nsa ho bo kata ashe wunsem bia no honfa no ko gina court na court nso mu asampa de kan ne no credit ne fa ntum rather than say be just a talk
just bruhaha because
yes just bruhaha esa na say wo pe political scores na score keke o man ho do nhyɛ de nimu munchi obi ntum ni hu se de mo kan na kore de manuel say
all right nana Kofi Jessica Pabe ma fentem frem na etene nka no akasa bia efa owura Twum Boafo from free zone boss no esa NDC ni a o kire se owura Allan ene Dr. Bawumia se umbaako NPP for choose no as a flag bearer 2024 be ye den pa ma NDC nanso so o yeso mo take strategy and tactics omo debate media fight this sitting government ye corrupt mo chese bebre no ka fa sitting government no we are smart Ghana update be say so be subscribe be like now they comment aba within the jack and macram